Rights versus privileges. A lot of times we think, well, my child has this toy and so they get to play with it. But you really have to look at with reinforcement, how can we increase the value of reinforcement? So your children have some rights. They have the right to food, water, shelter, safety, love, education. Those are basic rights that all humans have access to. But the right to their Legos, that's not a right. That's a privilege. Video games, that's a privilege. Internet, a privilege. Cell phone, a privilege. Those are things that a child can live without. And so you are the gatekeeper to those privileges. If children have unlimited access to all the privileges in their life, they will not work. This is why individuals that have unlimited access to privileges don't necessarily tend to put forth effort and work. And so you have to look at how do you earn your privileges. And this is where that scheduling comes into play, and this is where behavior plans come into play, things like behavior contracts, because you earn your privileges based upon doing your work. And for children, work is things like making their bed, brushing their teeth, getting along with their siblings, doing their homework. And so how do they earn those basic privileges based upon their work? And we talked about that in scheduling, that you put work before a privilege, work before a preferred activity, work before a preferred activity. But you put all of your things contingent upon you get this based upon meeting your expectations. Make your expectations realistic. Make them simple. Here are the things that I expect you to do, and here are the things that you will earn for doing that. And we'll talk about level systems and behavior plans and how you can level those rewards. But basically what you want to look at is, what are my child's privileges? What are the things that they have access to that are privileges? And how can you restrict access to those privileges based upon them meeting their expectations? And so first do this, then you can have this. Think about water. We don't tend to pay for water. If somebody were to knock on my door right now and say, oh, I've got this case of water, do you want to pay for it? I'd probably say, no, thank you. I've got, a water filter system and my water bottle, and I don't really want to pay for your water. But if I'm in the airport, or I'm in Disney World, or any other kind of amusement park, and they say, hey, pay $4 for this bottle of water. I pay $4 for the bottle of water because my access is restricted. I'm willing to work harder for water, a basic privilege, or a basic right, depending on how you look at it, a need, a necessity, but I'm willing to pay more for it when it's restricted and when it's unavailable. And so your children will work harder to access those privileges. Now, this is going to take a little bit of time. They're not going to wake up tomorrow and say, oh, thanks for taking away my Legos and all my toys that I've had unlimited access to. It's probably going to cause a little bit of mutiny in the house. And so you're going to have to restructure things. You're going to have to talk about things, and you're going to have to follow through with it and be consistent with it.